This exercise is going to be the Sumo Barbell Deadlift. So for your Sumo position, start with your feet at hip width apart, and you're going to take a half step out. Then this leg will take a half step out, and that's going to be roughly your foot position. Now from there, play with what feels best for you. It's going to be different for each person. Now with your toes, you don't want your toes completely straight out, but you also don't want your toes completely out to the side. Find that middle ground, about 45-ish degrees. Again, play around with that, find what works best for you. Now we want to make sure that we are completely over the bar. So the bar should be right over the foot here, kind of almost close to the point where it's touching the shin. Now you have a couple options for holding the bar. You can go over hand grip. That's going to be the weakest grip, but I definitely recommend going overhand as long as you can before the bar wants to roll away from you. And then you can switch strategies. Most common one is the mixed grip. If you do the mixed grip, I recommend with each set you alternate. So that way you're not always doing the same side and creating some compensations with your biceps and back. So definitely alternate between sets. You can also use wrist straps. Now, just like any deadlift, we want to hinge the hips back. So when you're in position here, you're gonna tighten your upper back here, hinge your hips back to lower down and grab the bar here. Now with this deadlift here, we don't want the hips up high over the chest. Keep the chest puffed out. Again, shoulders nice and tight. Knees, you want to think about what the knees are doing. Don't let the knees collapse in as you're trying to deadlift up. You're going to keep those knees pushed out to the side, really tight here. Going to get nice and tight in the back of the hip here, and then using my foot, hips here, going to drive up, squeeze the butt at the top, but don't over thrust. Don't push your hips so far forward where your low back is arching. Just go to the point where you can squeeze the butt and you're standing up tall, and then lower back down into your starting position.